Goodwill friends, welcome to spring 2015. Have you recovered from the little black dress? I'm almost recovered, I'm working on it. Well, I thought it was about time for us to talk about trends for this season. So to do that, I thought I would invite you into my office.
I've been talking with Mark a little bit about trends, and I want to share with you what some of the big trends are this season so that you can better tell your customers what's on trend and you can make end cap displays that will be in line with what people are seeing in the fashion magazines. There's so much information out there. I thought I would divide this up into a couple different videos that are just 5 minutes or so a piece so that you don't have to sit at any one time and watch this long string of me talking, because I wouldn't want to do that. So the first part of this trend series that I'm going to be giving to you is about what's on trend now. So things that you'll want to be looking for. The first trend that we're seeing is, I'm calling it shades of blue. So all things denim. We're seeing denim and denim worn together. Denim jackets, denim shirts, denim dresses, all of those things are really on trend this spring and summer. That also kind of harkens back to a 70s vibe, which is the next trend that we're seeing a lot of. Inspiration with everything that's 70s is huge this season. So you're going to be seeing a lot of things like bell bottoms, and the short midriff tops are going to be popular, wider belts, things like that. So anything that you loved back in the 70s, it's back again. So all of those great vintage things that come through the store, make an end cap display out of those items, and I promise they'll sell immediately. The next trend that's really big this season is kind of the opposite of the whole bell-bottom feel of the 70s. I like to call it boho chic. So it has a definite hippie vibe, but with more flowing details, things are a little bit frillier, lots of loose-fitting pieces, things like that. A very romantic feel as opposed to an edgy feel with the bell-bottoms and crop tops and things like that. Some fashion this season definitely has its inspiration in athletic wear, and I like to call that trend sporty sass. There is a whole new category in fashion that has been coined this season it's called sport luxe. So track suits maybe from a high-end designer that are done out of velour, for example, are really on trend. Dresses that look like tennis dresses with the pleats at the bottom that maybe are done out of silk that Diane von Furstenberg may have designed, things like that. That's what really is going to be huge this season as far as dresses and more feminine ladies wear. As far as fabrics and colors, Marsala was the color of the season, but I'm just not really seeing that in fashion. We're seeing that color, which is more of like a Merlot, in housewares and in makeup shades and in leather goods. I'm really not seeing that in fashion. As far as fashion goes, the colors that seem to be hot this season, seeing lots of blue and white put together. Also seeing a lot of yellow out there. So really the hues that you would normally see this season, that's really what's out there. The intensity of the colors isn't so in your face as it has been in the past. The intensity is definitely more of a springtime feel, so not quite pastel, but not quite neon, so someplace in the middle. When it comes to kids' trends, neon is big again. So anything that's neon, the bright oranges, the bright yellows, especially those two colors together, that's what all the kids are going to be wearing. Khaki, army green, huge this season, which is such a departure from what the top trends are, where the inspiration lies. That army green, anything that looks like a camouflage, huge this season. Camouflage jeans, camouflage jackets, shorts, any of those things, bring them to the front, make a display out of it, they'll fly off the shelves, I promise. Heavy white lace is also a big trend this season too. So I like to think of this trend as my grandmother's doily looking tablecloth made into a dress or a skirt, very popular this season. And not only are those things popular, but I'm seeing them in white and in ivory, and they're really expensive. Even from less expensive stores like Forever 21, the price point on those items seems to be a little bit higher. Sheer fabrics are also big this season. So things that you can see through that you would need to layer something underneath. Skirts with a piece of sheer over the top, those are really big too. So I hope that gave you some ideas on what to bring forward to make your end cap displays out of, and what kind of things maybe you can pull from your own closet. Next time I'll be back with you and I'll be giving you some trends on the details that are on trend this season. And then in the third segment, we'll have what I'm going to call icing on the cake. And I'll talk a little bit about accessories, shoes, jewelry, things like that that you can be looking for that are on trend for this season. All right? Well, happy spring 2015. And if you have any questions about any of these trends, or if you need some visuals to go with some of the words that I'm throwing at you here, would love to put those together for you. Just drop me a note at Kathy@kathyfriend.com. I'm always here to answer your questions. All right? Until next time.